Hello everybody, I'm going to give you time to get here before I get started. Hello, glad to have you come in, Stacy. I'm going to try to talk to you all tonight as I see you click in. I hope that's okay with you all and that you don't mind me shouting out your names, because I just want to let you know that I'm grateful that you're here. Hello, my husband. Hey, George. That's my husband. I'm glad you tuned in with me on tonight as well. Thank you. Marsha, thank you. I said I want to try to call out your names. I want to do some shout outs. Woohoo! To you all, to thank you for taking the time to tune in with me. Please feel free to share me with your followers. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to get my glasses a little straight there. Okay. So we can get started. Hey there, sweetheart. How are you all doing? Good. Hello, my apostle. Hello, glad to see you all here. I'm trying to move some things out the way. But thank you for tuning in with me on tonight. Please share me with your followers. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me wave at you all. Let me do that. How about that? I found out something that I can wave at you instead of doing it like that. I can wave at you. Very good. So I'm going to try to wave at you all on tonight for our 30 minutes of empowerment. But let me tell you all this. I like thumbs up. I'm okay with the thumbs down. I love the smiley faces. I love for your comments, because I try to go and view your comments after the fact, all right? I go and view your comments after the fact, and I will respond and reply back to you all. So I just want to let you all know that I'm grateful for you all being here. I plan on being with you for 30 minutes if we don't end a little sooner. But do know that I'm here, and let your people know that I'm here, and we're going to get started in about another minute or so. Right now you're listening to jazz music, because I absolutely love jazz, and it's evening time. I'm in the Chicagoland area. Very hot in Chicago. Very hot in Chicago that I didn't even bother trying to curl my hair. No. The humidity is just too bad. But let me let you all know this. We're going to have a good time on tonight. We're going to have a good time on tonight. I think what I want to share with you all is going to be very encouraging for you all, because I don't think many of you do this. I don't think many of you do this. Some of you may do it, and you do it quite well. But for those of you that don't, I think this would be very good for you all on tonight to share this little thought with you. My topic of discussion that I shared with you all on my Facebook page as you got ready to click in to view this show on tonight was titled Mondays, My Day of Reflection. Mondays, my day of reflection. So get you some pen and paper together. Every time you tune into Bravo Living, which I am your host, Dr. Monica Lloyd, please bring with you some pen and some paper so that you can go back and recap on some things or look up some things on your own accord of the things that I share with you all. Hello, Lori. I'm going to wave at you, all right? So that you can go back and review some things. So just get you some pen and paper. Get your word. Get your word. It is that Bravo Living is biblically founded. Bravo stands for Better Results with a Victorious Outlook. Bravo stands for Better Results with a Victorious Outlook. And I am endeavoring to change your world by changing your view. That's all. I want to change your world by changing your view. I want to give you a different perspective as you go forth to live a celebratory lifestyle, all right? I want to do that for you. So let me get ready to cut my music off. All right, let's cut that off as we get ready to get started, because I don't plan to hold you long. Some of you are eating dinner. I appreciate you watching me while you're eating dinner. My husband has come in and he has ate his dinner. I'm going to eat my dinner after the fact, all right? Because it's kind of hard to teach you all or talk to you all when I'm full. It's kind of hard to talk to you all when I'm full. Hello, Glenda. Hello, sweetheart. So I'm going to try to wave at you all. I see this little thing on here that says wave. Instead of me doing this all the time, I'm just going to press the doggone button. You remember that movie? Press the doggone button so I can wave at you all right? So let's get started. Don't like wasting people's time. Let's get started. Once again, you're to Bravo Living. Hello, Glenda. Once again, you've tuned into Bravo Living. Bravo stands for Better Results with a Victorious Outlook. My name is Dr. Monica Lloyd, and I endeavor to change your world by changing your view. And our topic of discussion that we're going to talk about tonight is Mondays, my day of reflection. Before I get in that, let me tell you all about my Mondays, all right? One thing I do not do, and I at least try real hard. One of the things that I do not do is work on Mondays. I don't like working on Mondays. I don't work on Mondays. If I decide to do any overtime, I try to do my overtime between Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday through Saturday. So basically my off days as a registered nurse, my off days are Sundays and Mondays. I try to make those my days of not being at work, all right? And on my Mondays, as I was thinking about this throughout last week and this week, when I'm off on Mondays, let me tell you all a little bit of things that I do. One of the things that I do on my Mondays, and you all may not think that it's a good thing, but one of the things that I love to do on my Mondays is clean my house. I clean house on Mondays. Most of you may do your cleaning on Saturdays. Some of you may do your cleaning on Sundays. The weekend is your day. You know, you get your Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday, TGIF. Friday is your thing. You look forward to Friday. I look forward to Mondays. I look forward to Mondays. Mondays is my day of reflection. Mondays is my day that I slow down. You may hear some preachers say they have preacher Mondays, which means there's no preaching on that day. That's a day to recuperate from Sundays. Because even when I go to church on Sundays, I still have some duties that I have to do and some tasks that I have to carry out while I'm there. Hello there, Pastor. And so therefore, I'm going to wave at you guys. And so therefore, even on Sundays, it's not really a calm day. It's a worship day for me. It's a worship day for me. It's also a work day for me. So when my Mondays come around, I get to sleep late if my body lets me, because I've trained my body to get up at a certain time because I have to be at work at a certain time. So my body, sometimes I have to tell it, lay yourself down. We're not working today, because it's so used to getting up in the morning. So on Mondays is my rest day. Monday is my calm day. Monday is my cleanup day. Monday is my day to reflect day. That's what I want to talk to you all today. Monday is my reflection day, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. I love Mondays. It's an opportunity that my spouse is at work and I'm at home by myself, and I absolutely love it. Not that I don't love him. I absolutely love having time to me. And so when I'm here around the house, I get to cleaning, I get to moving forward. Hello, Latrina. Hello, Miss Center. I'm going to wave at you guys. And so I get to do some things around the house. I get to write down some things. I get to meditate. I get to plan. Listen, on my Mondays, I get to plan. I get to calm myself down. I get to do some things that are very beneficial for myself. Do any of you all do that? That you have to set a day aside to get some things recalibrated even within your own life. You got to get some things recalibrated. You can't keep working day after day after day and never take no time out for yourself. You're going to kill yourself. You got to learn to get somewhere, as my mom likes to say, you got to learn to get somewhere and sit yourself down. Sit yourself down. Chill. Cool out. Relax. Kids probably used to say, take a chill pill. I don't know what the new lingo is. So you get my point. Relax. Get somewhere and sit down. Breathe. Just for a little bit. Just breathe. Because you're constantly in motion 7 days out of a week. Especially for those of you that's in ministry. You're in constant motion 7 days out of the week. The people are calling you on your off day, meaning your members, your friends, your mother, your father. People are always wanting to connect with you, but there's a sometime that you need to disconnect. Hear me. There's a time that you need to disconnect from everything in order to get yourself recuperated, in order to get yourself recalibrated, and a lot of you don't do that. You don't do that for yourselves. So therefore, your heart doesn't get back into regular motion of beating. Okay? Your heart and your pulse is running off real fast, and you don't know how to calm yourself down. You're always moving. You got to do this. You got to do that. I'm here to tell you today, Mondays is my reflection day. Mondays are my reflection day. Period. That's what I do on Mondays. Let me tell you about reflection. Reflection is simply this: to put thought to something or someone. It could be somebody. It could be a particular thought towards something or someone. Reflection is just like if you look in the mirror, or if you look at some clear, beautiful water. Reflection is to look upon. Means to look upon. And so on Mondays, and today what I want to teach you all is to have some reflection day, or have a reflection day. Maybe you can't have 2 days. Maybe you can't have 3 days. But out of a week of 7 days, you need to sit back and get somewhere and reflect on something. Reflect on someone. To look upon something. When I reflect on Mondays, because I know I got to hit my job again on Tuesday, and I already told you I'm off Sunday and Mondays. So on Monday, after service on Sunday, everything is completed in as far as that arena is concerned. When I wake up on my Mondays is my day where I sit down and reflect on what? I said something or someone. I try very often not to make it someone, right? I try not to make it so much someone. And so my something that I usually reflect on is probably the week that just passed. The week that just passed. I look at that week, I sit down and I look and I think about that week, my week that just passed, and I think about some things that I did that stressed me out. Come on, let's be real. Some things that stressed me out, some things that may have knocked me off my square. Then I began to think about some things or some words that were spoken to me by someone or some people that might have made me feel a certain way. I began to reflect. I began to reminisce and think about those things. I reflect on that. I listen to myself and I reflect on what they said or something that was done, and then my response. I even check out my response. I check out my reply. Did I do that right? Should I have done that a little better? Why did I snap? Why did I get smart back? What was going on with me to make me overindulge in something or overeat in something? I sit down and I think about that because I don't want what transpired last week to happen this week. So I sit back and I do some things and I begin to remember. I begin to reflect on some things. Listen to this. Proverbs 16, 1-3 says this. The plans, out of the Amplified. Proverbs 16, 1-3. The plans and reflections of the heart belong to man. My plans, my reflections are coming from my heart. They belong to me. There is something that I want to think on. There is some plans I want to make. Most of the time on Mondays, it's a good plan day. Listen. So Proverbs 16, 1-3 said, the plans and reflections of the heart belong to man, but the wise answer of the tongue is from the Lord. 2, all the ways of a man are clean and innocent in his own eyes, and he may see nothing wrong with his actions. But the Lord weighs and examines the motives and intents of the heart and knows the truth. Verse 3, commit your works to the Lord. Submit and trust them to him. And your plans will succeed if you respond to his will and guidance. Proverbs 16, 1-3 out of the Amplified. Back again. The plans and reflections of the heart belong to man. They belong to me. They mine. But the wise answer of the tongue is from the Lord. But I need to know how to answer. I need to be wise. Even though I got plans, even though I'm reflecting on some things, there are some things that God is going to say to me in the midst, and I want to show you all something. But the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Because you know why I reflect? Even though I might have said something, I might have done something, unaware that I may have hurt somebody, offended somebody, because sometimes they may not tell you that you hurt them or offend them. But isn't it something that I have to reflect, because I feel, listen, I feel that what I did was justifiable, and it was clean, and it was correct in my own eyes. Have you all ever done something and I know I was right? You know, that's how I felt. I said what I felt. I meant what I said. Yeah, it was clean in your own eyes, because that's what the Bible says. All the ways of a man are clean and innocent in his own eyes, and he may see nothing wrong with his actions. That is why it is very good for you as an individual to sit down and reflect even on your actions. Because what you think you did, you believe it was right. People that cuss you out, they believe they had a right to cuss you out. People that rebuked you, chastised you, did what you thought was wrong, they believe they had a right to do what they did to you. Because it was clean. It was innocent in their own eyes. Their own motives they believe were right. Yeah, I did it. And I meant what I said. Because she should not have, or he should not have done what they did, then they never would have got the reply or the response from me that they did. So I believe I was right in doing what I did. I had an individual, something happened with her daughter. And she was pretty upset. And she called me. And she wanted to talk about her response to whom she was going to give a reply to. In listening to her, I stopped her. I said, I don't want to hear. Listen, I don't want to hear what you wrote out. I don't. But I do want you to go back and reread what you wrote. I don't want to hear it, because I hear the anger and upset and the frustration in your voice. I don't want to hear what you wrote out. But after you get off this phone with me, what I do want you to do is go back and reread what you wrote out before you send it. Reflect on it. Take some thought about it. Calm yourself down and reread it again. I know you upset. You done wrote out all your anger, I'm quite sure, in this email that you wanted to send. But after you get off this phone with me, I want you to sit down and I want you to reread it again. And then if it's meant for you to correct some things, it will touch your spirit to do so. And so on today, she called me and she said, Monica, I did what you told me. I did reread it. I did reread what I had wrote out, and it was really messed up. She said, so I did correct some things, and I sent the email. Then the individual got the email and called me and said they would like to meet with me. And what they thought was the real action of what occurred was not what it was. It was not what it was. So her and the other individual came to a conclusion of some things. They sat down and they talked about it. Each other apologized to each other about what had occurred as far as their child was concerned. And things worked out well because she had the ability to sit down and reflect on what she wrote and reread it before she sent it. And see, a lot of times you don't have the opportunity to do that. You're so quick to reply. Be slow to speak. And be quick to hear. You got to be slow to speak and quick to hear. But you want to jump off the handle because you haven't taken the time to calm yourself down. You haven't taken the time to reflect on what you're about to say and the things you're about to do because you feel that it's clean and it's innocent in your eyes. You got to stop it. Your motives ain't right. You're too angry. You're too frustrated. You're too stressful. All right? And so Proverbs tells us all the ways of a man are clean and innocent in his own eyes. And he may see nothing wrong with his actions, but, I love that word. So once but hits the scene, it dismisses everything that you said prior. Anytime you listen to somebody's conversation, girl, you know, so-and-so, and I don't like so-and-so, but dismiss everything they just said. Because now they're finna get to the heart of the matter. They're finna get to the heart of the matter when they use the word but. So all the ways of a man are clean and innocent in his own eyes, and he may see nothing wrong with his actions, but the Lord weighs and examines the motives and intents of the heart, and he knows the truth. 3 says, commit your works to the Lord. Submit and trust them to him, and your plans will succeed. if you will respond to his will and his guidance. And so therefore, even on my Monday's days of reflection, I be planning some things. I be thinking about some things. I be putting some endeavors together in my head. I be wanting to do some things. And then the Bible lets me know that that's wonderful. That's a good thing. But pass it by God. It's good. God has no problem with that. But pass it by God. And it would be successful if you pass it by God. Don't just up and do it. Just go and do it. But pass it by God. And so on this Monday day of reflection, and I just wanted to let you all know that you need to find you a day where you can do that for yourself so that you don't keep repeating the same things or doing the same cycles, because you want to end cycles. You want to cut those. You want to end those. And so therefore you need to reflect, what did I do last week that I don't want to repeat this week? What did I say last week that I'm trying not my best to say this week? So how do I avoid that in order to not do that? All right. So therefore, I want to give you some steps on how to reflect on your day. All right. You ready? I want to give you some steps on how to reflect on your day. And I think I got about 5. I got about 5 things. Steps to do in order to reflect on your day. Number 1, pick a time of your day and be still. Pick a time of your day and just be still. For some of you, that's very hard to do. Because I told you previously, you're in constant motion. And if you're going to have a time of reflection, you have to learn to be still. Now, does not mean to be still a whole hour. Pick yourself 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Just be still. Don't do nothing. Don't answer no phone. Don't send no text. Don't get on Facebook. No social media. Just be still. 10, 15, or 30 minutes. Do that. Try it. It'll help you reflect on your day. 10 to 15 minutes. Pick a time of your day and just be still. Number 2, think about, and I talked about this a lot, think about last week and what caused some stressful moments, and think on this week on how to avoid those stressful moments. As you be still, think about your week. How did your week go? Was it a good week? Was it a bad week? Was it a bad day? Was it a bad hour? Reflect on it. And think about, what could I do differently in order to not fall into that trap again? What can I do in order to not fall back into that stressful moment, that anger, that frustration? What is it I can do? What can I do to avoid doing all that again? Hi, Wendell. What can I do that will prevent me from falling back into that trap? I'm going to be still for about 10 or 15 minutes, number 1. I'm going to think about my last week. Find out what got me off my square and try not to get off my square again next week. Try to avoid those traps. Try to avoid those people. There may be some people you just have to avoid. And if you can't avoid them, learn to smile in front of them. Slow to speak, quick to hear. Work it. It'll work for you, I promise you. All right? Number 3, if you're going to have how to reflect on your day, number 3, declutter your space. Lord help. Declutter your space, even if it's your mind. Declutter it. Let all that junk come out. Declutter. I'm not a woman or an individual that is good with clutter. I like clean angles. It helps me think. I can't do it. I can't. Now, some people do probably well with clutter. I just don't know how. But in order to reflect on your day and everything, because I told you one of the things I do, I get up and start cleaning my house, because I try to mop and do certain things around my home every week. And so you have to learn to declutter your space. Declutter it. Clean up your space. Even if your clutter is in your head. You got so much going on in your head. So much. You think all the time. You in motion. You can't even sleep well because your brain is still moving. is still thinking and planning and doing things. You don't get no rest that way. So you got to learn to declutter some things. Put that to the side. It'll be there tomorrow. I promise you. It'll be there tomorrow. Put it to the side. Put your thoughts to the side. Declutter it. Don't want to talk about that today. Don't want to think about that today. Don't want to talk about them today. They're not going to be a part of our speech today. Not today. I don't want to think about them. I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about bills right now. I don't want to do that. I want to think about the kids. Declutter. This is how you're able to reflect. Remove all the stuff that's unnecessary. Remove all the stuff that is unnecessary. If you're going to have a reflective kind of a day. All right? Remove all the unnecessary stuff. It's about you, just you and God, just you. Think, all right? So pick out a time of the day and be still. 2, think about last week so you can avoid the stuff next week. Number 3, declutter your space, even if it has to be in your mind. Number 4, as you do a reflection day, I told you there are plans that you be making. You be thinking about some things. You be doing some endeavors in your head. And everything like that, because they will come. Because now you got a space where you can actually think things out. You actually got time and space to think things out. Put it in order. Put it in perspective. Put it in priority. All right? And once you do that, listen, and you got all that together, do this with your reflection day. Share your plans and thoughts with the Lord. Share your plans and thoughts with the Lord. And listen to this. Then wait on a response. Wait on a response. Because the Bible told us in Proverbs 16:1-3, it says in the 3rd verse, commit your works to the Lord, submit and trust them to Him, and your plans will succeed if you respond to His will and guidance. So share your thoughts. Share your plans with the Lord. And wait on a response. You move too quick. You don't even wait for Him to answer you. Wait on a response. He loves to talk. He loves to give guidance. He loves to hear your thoughts. He said, you don't know my thoughts, but I got good thoughts towards you. So share your plans, share your thoughts with God, and then wait on a response. Because He would give you some direction. He would give you some guidance in order for you to be successful. Stop moving so quick. I think about the song, man, I think it's B.B. King. He said, you made your move too soon. Lucille, you made your move too soon. Just because I seem to be moving slow to you doesn't mean that I didn't have an answer. Be still. See the salvation of the Lord. Be still. He's going to give you an answer concerning whatever endeavors or agendas or plans that you have shared with Him. Just wait on a response. He is going to reply. He will reply, but you have to learn to wait. All right? And the 5th thing that I want to give you as far as you doing reflection on your days, write down the directions and the guidance that the Lord has provided to you. Write them down, because you're going to forget them later if you don't. Because you're going to get back busy. You're going to get back to doing your old routine until this becomes a routine. And so learn to write down those directions. Learn to write down your guidance that the Lord has provided for you so that you can go back and reflect on those even later. All right? Because He wants to give you some answers, because He wants you to be successful. You have to know the Lord wants you successful. And so therefore, after you wait on the response, write down whatever His directions and His guidance is so that you can go back and reflect on it later. Because He's going to give you some. All right? So my Mondays is the day for Monica Lloyd to do some reflection. What did I do wrong, God? What do I need to correct? How do I fix that? Was my reply appropriate? What do I say? How do I move forward? I think about God, and I get some plans and some ideas. God, here are my thoughts. What do you think about my thoughts? Do you want me to pursue this like the King David? Do I pursue or do I not? God said pursue for him. God may say not pursue for Monica. But either way it goes, He's ready to respond to whatever I give to Him and place in His hands. But I have to wait on a response. Learn to find you a day throughout your week to learn to reflect on you. I ain't talking about nobody else. It's all about you. If you're going to have a Bravo lifestyle, better results with a victorious outlook, you got to learn to reflect on you. Take some time for you. Take some time for you. And as I say that, I want to say thank you all to all of you that viewed the video of my husband and I when we took some time away for us. You all enjoyed that. I appreciate that. But I want the same for you. Take some time for you. Make some time. You got to make it. You got to take it and run to the hills, sweethearts. Make some time for yourselves. Because the other people ain't going to allow you to make time for yourself. Make some time for yourself. And then get to learning to be still. Let's go over that again. The steps on how to reflect on your day. Pick a time and a time out of your day and be still. Number 2, think about last week or yesterday and what caused some stressful moments, and think on this week on how to avoid those stressful moments. Don't go back repeating the same thing. Number 3, declutter your space, even if it's your own mind. Number 4, share your plans and thoughts with the Lord. Then wait on a response. Wait on a response. And 5, write down the directions and the guidance that He provides you so you can go back and reflect on that later. All right? So I love you all. I'm not going to hold you much longer. Thank you for your time, for tuning in to Bravo Living. I am your host, Dr. Monica Lloyd. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm in the Chicagoland area. Feel free to find me on social media as Dr. Monica Lloyd. I love you all, and I deeply appreciate your time. So go and reflect on your day and have a beautiful and productive week. I love you all. Good night.